Hi, this is Andre, and this is my review of Akai's 50X professional studio headphones, and this is a critical review. First up, this is the Akai 50X studio, or actually professional headphones. This is a little bit different because this is an Amazon.com exclusive. They do have a few models that I believe have the same or very similar specs that you can get from other websites, or you can probably get it from their own. But for Amazon, they are selling the 50X as an exclusive feature. And in this set, you have the headphones with 50 millimeter diameters. Then you have two sets of cables, as you can see here. And then, of course, you have the customary leatherette carrying case. And here you go. Okay, nothing special about that, but it is nice to have. If you're traveling, just drop it in there and you're good to go. Let me talk about the features. Specifically, the features are a circumferential or a closed back design. There are headphones that are semi-open and fully opened, like this one that I have right here, which is the Audio-Technica. And I believe I have a semi-open, which are headphones that I have around here somewhere. But in any case, these are closed back. They're 50 millimeter diameter transducer headphones. They have a frequency response of 10 hertz to 30 kilohertz. So you have essentially 10 degrees lower bass reception and a 10 degree higher. The headphones are collapsible, so they can close inside. And as I mentioned earlier, they have two detachable cables. One is a 6 straight plug, which is this one right here, that's attached to the phones, and then you have the coiled, which is, I believe, 3 feet. And they both have a 1/8 of an inch to 1 inch connector. Here is the 1/8, and then you have the 1/4, which can plug into a standard stereo system, like so. And the leather pouch. You have a 30 ohm impedance, and it has a 180D swivel cup, so these can turn around 180 degrees. Now, some of the nicer things that I like about these Akais is that the sound reproduction on these are excellent. And these are definitely in the class of the Audio-Technicas that I just mentioned, as well as a pair of Denons. And these are Denons. I like these Denons a lot. As well as a Philips Fidelio. And these are the semi-open that I mentioned before. And these, along with the Denons, are the ones that I use the most. But I think with the Akais, I'm actually going to put that in that section as well. Now, playing a wide range of music, the dynamic performance on this is excellent. I can't recommend this enough. Now, there are slight differences in both sound quality and feel, but nothing that I would say is better. It's more about preference. But actually, let me get one thing out of the way first, and which has to do with feel. As you can see, these are padded cups, and it's maybe about an inch before your ears touch the drivers, but it's a very small cushioning. And if you have small earlobes, it drops right in, and you don't feel it that much. And these are meant to be over the ear as opposed to on ear. So they're supposed to cover the whole ear. But I would like for Akai to have made the headphones with more of a cushiony, with more cushion. just like these Denons, and especially just like the Philips, because this does make a difference when you're listening to music for long periods of time. So I wish that they would have made that a little bit more thicker. Now, as far as sound quality is concerned, it is excellent. It's definitely on par with the Denon and the Philips. The Audio-Technica is a little bit different. Since that's open air, you'd probably grab these if you're listening to live music or classical, because it sounds a lot different, and I like listening to the chamber music through these. So these are excellent for a different purpose. But for general music, if you're going to listen to a lot of bass, I think that the Philips has maybe the edge over there because it has less of an ambient sound. Both the Akai and the Denon have a more of an ambient feel to it. So it feels a little bit more spacious, but that also takes away from the oomph in a bass. But as far as tonal quality, it is crisp. Listening to some vocals, this is on par with some of the best headphones I've ever had. And you can literally hear the sounds, you can literally hear the breathing through these, and even subtle gestures as electronic inputs. Sometimes engineers will just throw in maybe a very subtle tone, just kind of accent the sound. These are great in picking that up. And so these are very, very nice. I would say as an all-around headphones, these are excellent. Now, one of the main selling points with the Akai is the 50mm drivers, which means that it's got a bigger speakers that you're dealing with, as opposed to maybe a 40mm. I would say that with the Akais, you definitely do hear a difference. As far as spatial rendering is concerned, you can literally hear more of the sound and more of the instruments or the subtleties in the background. And that, I believe, is a favor that comes from having 50mm drivers. So these definitely do get a thumbs up. And these are clearly 5-star headphones. Right now, they're running for about $150 on Amazon. These are brand new headphones, and they've just been released, so you're going to pay a premium if you get them right away. My guess is that they're worth $150. There's no question about it. Again, as with the Philips and the Denon and with the Audio-Technica, I would take those over Beats any day of the week. This is definitely in that same category of named professional quality headphones that are not as well known as Beats or some of the others, but this is definitely produces a sound that surpasses Beats. And I've had Beats on, and for $300, I think it's a ripoff. To be perfectly honest. The only thing that I would say that's a slight drawback is that I would have made the ear cups, the ear cup cushioning, a little bit more. It feels a little bit flat over, I would say, half an hour, 45 minutes, you start to feel how flat it is. But that's something that can easily be corrected. But the quality of these headphones and having two different kinds of plugs, so you can actually plug these into a stereo system like this, as well as either a good pair of a tablet or phablet, or even if you have a standard digital audio player. These are an excellent value to have. And these come with my highest recommendation. So the Akai is on the level of the Denons and the Philips as far as an overall great quality headphones, and just a slight modification for the ear cups, and it's perfect. So I would rate these 4.5, but since Amazon doesn't give us the privilege of giving half stars, it definitely rounds up to a 5. It's much better than a 4 and slightly off from a 5.